Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Good to see everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Legs. Robin. Whoops. Let me put this down so I can look and see who all is here. Let me put that down. Okay, there we go. Much better. Shell Bell, Diamond, Sugar, Crack is Whack, Misty. How is everyone? Good afternoon. Hey, Bees. Hey, Wicked Witchy. Roses are red. Legs, did you say you live by them? Let me see. Oh, no, that was Misty. I'm going to be here tragic. Being I live less than an hour away from them. Time reset. Hope I get the notes. I'll try. Oh, okay. I wonder if that, Diamond, I'm wondering the same thing. The same thing. Okay, you're good. Hey, Moonlight. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the house. Come to find out, the house isn't on their land. It's on the neighbor's land. Their land's actually next to it. I've watched them for years, too, Legs. I started watching them when Soft White Underbelly started covering them. That's when I seen them. And then about maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, my timeline starts getting flooded with videos about them again. And then that's when I started seeing there was a guy named Eric there and a guy named Patrick. And apparently they together were trying to help them, or we're going to get them a house built. Hey, Joyce. We're going to get them a house built, which I seen that he had went and talked to the Amish, and he said that they agreed to build them a house for free. And having a house built by the Amish, you guys, okay? When you talk about craftsmanship, the Amish, everything they make is awesome. Furniture, put a roof on your house, it's all going to be better than normal ones, okay? I don't know what it is. They can make some really, really gorgeous stuff. Quality, you can't break it. Roses are red. From the numbers that I seen that are going around, that is a lot of money that was being made. Hey, Misty, the Whitaker poor household is normal to me. These are mountain folks who have survived for decades without a problem. And that's what I was thinking. Did you guys see? I believe it was Soft White Underbelly that took him out to the cemetery there. There are generations of their family back there buried. So for generations, they've been living just like that. Just like that. The thing is with me, Betty's been taking care of them so long. Do you know how like a married couple is married for a really long time and one of them passes and then the other one passes right after them? I'm just scared that they're hooked to each other like that. Because look how old Lorraine is. That's how long Betty's been taking care of her. Because I believe it was also on Soft White Underbelly when she had said that she promised her mom she wouldn't get married so she could take care of Ray and Lorraine. And then she really didn't ever get married. And she did not look good on that video they did after they took them yesterday. She didn't. Let me catch back up. Hey, Chicky. Hi, Navajo. Hey, Kindness. Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing like I seen their video. Yeah. It's just a lot. Like apparently one of them gave the other one $4,000, except for the Whitaker's bathroom was broken, right? So why wouldn't you have took the $4,000 and fixed the bathroom instead of giving it to the other guy for like insulation and plasterboard for walls? So they're like redoing Patrick's house instead of redoing the Whitaker's house. Chicky, yes, most definitely. The family is different. They don't understand the power of a dollar, living clean, coming in now. They're 60, 70 years old and people want to help. Yeah. It's just a mess. I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Like maybe, wait, there was more to the story than just a house. Explain the whole idea that they were going to, yeah, like the house, listen, the house was like, it was going to have heated floors, this log cabin with heated floors. Like they're not used to stuff like that. You could have pulled them in a double wide, clean, put some foundation around it, and they would have been good to go. I didn't understand the whole, we're going to, heat the floors, and they own 20 acres apparently. That's a lot of land. 20 acres. It's like 18.9 acres or something. Lorraine is the matriarch of the family, in my opinion. She's always seen, but hardly speaks. Yeah, that's I don't think Ray or her or Timmy, I mean, none of them speak very well, but if they're around each other for years and years, then of course they're going to understand each other. I just wonder if other people are even going to be able to understand them while they're gone and getting all these, evaluations and all this stuff. Like, did they even understand what was going on when they divided them up? Navajo, we're talking about the Whitakers in West Virginia. They cannot fix the bathroom. No pipes. It runs straight to the creek. Oh, wow. That's a really old system. I don't even think they would let you build anything like that these days. Hey, Moonlight. Hey, Flash. You're a little scared of this light. Yeah. My grandma cooked on a wood stove. Oh. I had an aunt that stayed out on a river, and she had an outhouse. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It scared I was so scared to go out to that outhouse at night, okay? I was scared to go out there in the daytime because for some reason I always thought a snake was going to bite me on my ash, okay? So I didn't want to go out there in the daytime, let alone the nighttime. I used to hate staying at my aunt's house just because of that outhouse. I mean, I loved her to death, but she needed to get a bathroom. I promise you. To listen, lady, we're in the 1980s, okay? I've had plumbing my whole life. I'm going to need you to get some. But she liked it out there like that, and that's where she passed it. That's where her husband passed. That's how they lived. It's just, that's how they lived. But a kid like me that came from a bathroom and being inside all the time, man, it was hard for me to stay the weekend up there. Like, I would intentionally wait until we went out somewhere just so that I could use the bathroom in the gas station. And I'm talking like 7, 8 years old. I was like, no, nah. And they lived on a river, so I'd see the snakes in the river. I'm like, I don't want to use that bathroom. An outhouse is the scariest thing in the world to me now. It's triggering a haunting. My elders had dust floors up to the mid 2000s because some people are content that way. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jen's mom, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hey, Green Eyes. And listen, I'm from. Did you see that? I guess when the police were out there, they found a bunch of like copper wire that they said was stolen from like the coal mine around there. How's it going? Tragic. This is a topic a lot of folks living up in Odd Holler. Hell, oh yeah, it's called Odd. It's called Odd, West Virginia too. Timmy was having a good time with Eric. I thought he looked like he was having a good time with the other dude too. I mean, riding jet skis and all that stuff. He looked like he was having fun just being out and stuff, but I don't know. Also, at the same time, I'm thinking, I don't know. I was scared of skinwalkers on the res. Oh, I would have skinwalkers. Lorraine even breastfed Timmy. She knows her baby is literally so damn sad. I know. And listen, that's why he took him. He was taking Timmy back out to the house because he had to go see his mom. Like his mom missed him. Like for as much as she didn't catch on to in the world, she knew that she wanted her baby, or that she needed to see him. The folks around here still copper all the time. A lot of them died doing it because the old mine turned off the air on the mine. What did they do? Explode or catch on fire or something? Copper wire was stolen from telephone poles and other stuff from the old coal mines. That was BJ who has a drug. Well, and I believe that. I would love to know how much money is being raised for them and did it get used for them. I know. I wonder the same thing because, did you raise money for them or did they not? I did see Eric. He went live and said he has all the money or something like that and that he was just getting ready to put it into an account for him. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm new to Eric and Patrick. I watched Soft White Underbelly. I didn't know that they were up there covering them until 2 weeks ago, maybe. And then I started watching their videos. And I seen Timmy at the Airbnb staying with Eric. And then I seen him staying with Patrick. And all their little field trips they were doing, Timmy could do some good in a group home, but I fear Lorraine would not do well. It's a devastating situation, but believe me, they are content. It's hard to change. I know, and that's what I was wondering, because they've been together just so long, out on that porch, sitting there. Sugar, they're a family that live in the mountains in West Virginia. And it's like a inbred family that get covered. And Soft White Underbelly, I did some documentary on them and raised some money for a house for them. But they just kept asking for money so much, and he gave it to them because it was their money, that eventually he ran out of the $150,000 he raised for their house because they kept calling, the electric's going to get shut off. We need this, we need that. And then allegedly the niece, she was also taking money out of there, the one that has an addiction problem. Oops, let me take that off. Sorry, I'm not used to going live on my iPad, you guys. Let me see. I'm not sure in truth or lies between me either. Me either. I don't know either one of them well enough. I mean, I thought it was, listen, if I went to help someone, like off of the internet, I'm not sure that I would be like having them stay with me and all that stuff. I just don't know. I don't know. But he did say this morning the reason that he had Timmy with him most was because he was the easiest to have, to take care of. That they could go do stuff, and then if he needed to do something like answer emails or look at donations, then he could just like give Timmy a sandwich and tell him to go sit over there while he took care of stuff, which was weird. And yes, Moonlight. That was another thing they did. That was like one of the last things, right? They did to Soft White Underbelly. Was the niece, BJ. She called him and said that her dad, Larry, had died. And that they were having a funeral and she needed this money. And he sent it to her. He sent it to her. And then he came there for the funeral, you guys. And Larry is there alive. Her dad's there alive. She lied about her dad dying. What? And that's another thing. Let me get this straight. Okay, so I watched a video where Eric came out and said, listen, this is Patrick. He's got these, and he pulled out 3 inches of record, printed out record. He's like, he's got this long rap sheet all the way up to last month. And apparently it was allegedly, I haven't looked at the papers, it was like some SO stuff. Just last month. And he said that he knew it and that he was dropping breadcrumbs for people. But why would you drop breadcrumbs if you know he's a criminal and you suspect that he's taking money from people that he shouldn't be taking, or for him that isn't for the Whitakers? Then why would you not just call it out? What do you mean you left breadcrumbs? That doesn't make no sense. Nobody needed breadcrumbs. They needed you to say, dude, are you ripping them off? Like, what's going on? If that's what you thought. Listen, he had a show, one of them, Patrick had a show set up that was called Talking with Timmy. Apparently, or allegedly, he was charging people money to talk to Timmy. And like everything that he did, if he got a pair of shoes, they did a video on it. If Ray was biting into a hamburger, did a video on it. They took Ray a pizza, they did a video on it. Like, what are we doing? Mark said, I'm glad to see you're still alive. Right. And then BJ comes out like, I'm not proud of myself. Well, I bet you're not. You done killed your dad off and ripped off some money and didn't get nothing but a buzz out of it. And now you're sitting here and your dad's alive and breathing. How did you even think? That must have been some good shit for you to even think that was going to work. I mean, really. Did you see Patrick had a GoFundMe behind Eric's back? No, roses are red. I didn't see that. Listen, I've been watching their videos for the last couple of weeks, but not until like 2 days ago when they fell out. When I seen when he pulled up, when I seen the video where he pulled up and seen BJ in the blinds. When that started, then I started watching them on the Facebook pages, and they've been just going at it. Apparently a lot of stuff was happening. And he was still worried. Patrick see, I did not see that video. Has it been taken down? Because I couldn't even find that video. I couldn't find that video. I tried to. And listen, in a couple days, when I get back to Oklahoma, I'll be able to show the videos so that we can piece a whole timeline together. I just can't share them. I'm on an iPad and there isn't an option to share my screen for some reason. The White Hole of West Virginia is a whole nother rabbit hole. I've been watching the Mouse's Heap about the Whites spot. Dirkie White is a train wreck. Oh, I've never heard of them. Eric did not come down there to get caught up with Patrick. Eric felt something was wrong and worried the money wasn't going to the Whitaker house, which is Eric's whole interest. Right. And listen, from what I've seen, it seems like they each got like about the same amount of people on each side that is like, no, my side's right. But I don't know. I'm stuck between. I wish they could have found something. Like, if he was sitting around there in his own feces and you seen feces on the ground and like on the walls and it's, you know, everywhere and it's that dirty, like, somebody should have been called right then, really. So I just wish they would have found a way to take the whole family and put them in some kind of a, you know, different environment, but together, because I'm not sure that they can live without each other. I'm not. Yeah, Jesco White is a dancing outlaw. I know him. He was in rehab with Sue Kirk, in prison with Sue Bob. Sue Kirk and Sue Bob. Okay. That was sketchy with the Victoria's Secret. I did not get to see that. You know, Diamond, I'm wondering the same thing because I seen somewhere someone was talking about they were going to come get Betty next or something. I guess because they were bitching, like, if they took them because of the house. Because one person said, Patrick said they took them because of the house. Eric said they took them because of BJ being back on there, and which I think might be more likely because there's a video of when Timmy gets taken away and the adult protective services lady is there, and you can hear her in the video say everything changed when the BJ restraining order got dropped in court because they had put a restraining order on her and she wasn't supposed to be back out there because I guess she had been hitting on the family members. And then they let her back out there, and that's where everything went bad. But I don't, you know, sometimes it depends on the area, you know, the politicians in the county when it comes to that. Is it a county that likes to take property? Because I know some counties that are like that. They'll look for any reason to condemn your house, deem it a public nuisance. I mean, just deem it anything. Say the grass isn't cut enough and to take your property. So I guess it would depend on that. Yeah, Misty, I believe that. I believe that they like love each other a lot. Like, I don't even know. I can't imagine what Lorraine was thinking because she's been around Betty like her whole entire life. She's not young. We're talking decades. So for a change like that, and the way Betty was looking, she did not look well when they did that video together last night. She didn't. Ooh. She was beating. See? Now I didn't hear that she was beating him. I heard that she hit him with a shoe one time. So I don't know which one's true. I guess you would have to look at like paperwork to see that. It's probably on the restraining order if I had to guess. People sit on porches all day car watching and know every single person who lives in Bradshaw. Me and the man came down in his truck and followed me to my uncle's house. That is a really small town. Well, Moonlight, through some of the lives, I believe it was one of Eric's lives where they said that they were actually behind on taxes. And that's also when they found out that the house that they have isn't even on their land, it's on the neighbor's land. It's outside of their property line. And they're behind on taxes. Eric's latest video said Patrick's house was worse than the Whitakers' house. Yeah, and he said you can see straight through the floors to the dirt. And see, that answers a question, because for me, he got that condo next to him for Patrick to stay in, right? So I was thinking, why would Patrick need a condo next to you if Patrick has a house there? But I mean, if the house doesn't even have floors and it's just the ground when you look through it, I guess that answers the question. But also, there was $4,000 given for insulation and plasterboard. And Eric said, have you seen any insulation, any plasterboards, or any of the rooms redone? So apparently, I don't know how long ago. Does anyone know how long ago the $4,000 was given to him? I mean, is it enough time where something should have been done if he was honestly insulating and putting up drywall? Patrick bought a house close to them. I'm almost pretty sure the county doesn't bother them because of unfortunate events in their bloodline. It goes back generation. Twin brothers started it all, I think, for Betty and them. Wow. Yeah, I seen that it went back to like Betty's grandparents. So Betty's grandparents, and then Betty's parents, and then Betty's generation, which would be Betty, Lorraine, Ray, what's his name, Kenny, Larry. They're all siblings. And listen, I'm not going to lie. Larry seemed real sneaky to me. I just want to say that. He does. I don't know why. He has always rubbed me like that ever since Soft White Underbelly. He's like this slick guy that just slides in, you know, when they need like a face to look normal, or, you know, it's just weird. Hey, Bitter Pill. I know it is sad, isn't it? It is. It made me sad. Hey, Nanya. Roses are red. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Just because, like I said earlier, you know, the people that are married for a long time, and then one will pass and the other one will die of a broken heart. It's because they're so used to each other, and it like breaks them. Because I've never seen Betty look like that. Last night. Hey, Mama Goose. You're a cleaning expert. I don't know about that. I just jerry-rigged a baby food jar with lime away on the end of my faucet. How long? Oh, I'd leave it there like an hour if it's not bothering you, you know. If it's not bothering you, I'd just check on it in an hour if you don't need to use the sink, and see how clean you got it. And then you can tell if you need to, you know, hook it back on there again. Keep going till it's ready. None have worked, so the SSI they get is nothing. Now, I did look that up last night, and I believe it was 932. 932 is like the smallest one, somewhere around there. Oh. And if you take that just times, you know, Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray, that's like $3,000. My mom passed and my dad 3 months later. Yes, I mean, it happens. It just happened to be her with her mother and father-in-law. It's passed right after each other. It happened with my grandma and grandpa. Let me tell you, my grandma and grandpa died in the same week. They died in the same week. My grandma died, and I remember my grandpa kneeling in front of her at her casket, and like 7 days later, we were at his funeral, and they were married for like 70 years. Like, it happens. Tragic can build you a fire pit. I can't. Hey, let me tell you, my little fire pit don't look that bad today. Okay, in the sunlight. All right. It's just rocks around the fire pit. I'm not gonna lie. I think it look good. Watch. When I get done with it, I'm gonna put pictures up. My little fire pit is fly. And if I put an oven rack on it, it's a barbecue pit. How about that? Listen, I was out there cementing rocks that I found around the yard. I was cementing them around a, a burn barrel to make a fire pit in my backyard. But I don't have tools to work with cement, and plus I've never really worked with cement besides making little yard mushrooms. So I was using my hands to apply the cement. But it came out all right. I can't wait to finish it. The only thing I can wait for is that I don't want to go to the store and get the cement, because those bags are heavy, y'all. I don't weigh enough to carry bags of cement. Not even the 50-pound bags. I'm just saying. Anyway, got me off subject. Yes, s'mores. Even though they each have disability, each have something to survive. Oh, the survivor rate, it's broke. It's going to, yeah. Everything's going up anyway, so pretty soon nobody's check is going to pay for it, especially Social Security and, those kind of checks. I finally got my fire pit cleaned up. We have a huge Canadian maple in our backyard. I had to keep the leaves up. It dropped so many, but beautiful at the same time. Oh, yeah. I got a lot of leaves, too, because I have a lot of trees. So they had a monthly income. I'm guessing they spent it on electric and, whatever they bought themselves. I don't know. The only part I dislike about living in West Virginia is the inbreeding. I feel sorry. Yeah, and listen, it's not even their fault. It's not their fault. I feel like look, if everything, if they were healthy and stuff, then I'd be like, yeah, let them go somewhere that can help them so they can get on a pattern where they're able to do, daily things and help themselves at work and do all that stuff, but they're not. It's not the same situation. These people are very hooked to each other. It's all they know is each other. They've been sitting on that porch for generations, and this is how it's always been for them. So I'm not sure if the outside, I think, the people that came up there to bring awareness to their situation, I mean, even Mark, and then there was another guy after Mark, and then now these two, I think just that attention alone was a downfall for him. And I kind of feel bad, because even if they send them somewhere to facilities or whatever to each get help, they're not going to be able to go visit each other. Like Lorraine can't get in a car and go visit Timmy. And Timmy can't get in a car and go see Betty, I don't think they'll see each other much after this, to be honest. And that to me is sad. I remember when poor Ray was complaining 2-3 years ago about his knees. That upsets me most. I know, and listen, this is what I don't understand, you guys. If they do get a check, then they get insurance, right? So why has he never been to a doctor? Because they have a car. they have a car they get to church, so I'm assuming they have a car that they can get to a doctor in, and they would have free insurance. Am I wrong? Hey, Lori, you're good. Yeah, he definitely. I mean, he probably needs a knee replacement or something. Never know what happened. He definitely isn't walking straight, or it could just be, it didn't form right. BJ drives. Oh, she's the one who drives. Well, Larry drives too, right? And so does, what's his name? Kenny. And I think Kenny lives next door, and so does Larry. So I guess they have cars around there. They should have took him to a doctor if they get free insurance. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Disability, if you get disability, it comes with free insurance, right? I feel bad for Mark. Larry's daughter scammed the fundraiser money from, oh, yeah. Definitely. And she said he died. Larry and Kenny drive. Wow. I have a coworker who's getting Social Security, retirement, and working, and they can't afford to pay rent, so it's high. Yeah, everything's up right now. Man, going to the grocery store, you don't hardly get anything. You get like two bags of groceries. You're looking at like $150 for 2 bags. It's crazy. Have you tried to buy a steak lately? I go in there. There's like 2 ribeyes in a package. It's like $42. Are you effing kidding me? $42 for 2 steaks that are like 1 inch thick? Get out of here. Ray didn't even have an ID or any kind of identification, and doctors was good to still see him and help him. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm sure, especially if their businesses or doctor's offices in West Virginia where they're from, then they know that stuff has gone on. So they know how to deal with it. I'm sure he could have got any kind of help that he needed. And also, they said that they were trying to set up like some home health care like thing where somebody comes and cleans for them or whatever. I mean, they could have had that years ago too, I'm sure. But I'm sure that they just through generations or like, we don't want to mess with the people, I'm sure they kept to themselves. Hey, bees, you're back. You just started watching them? Oh man, I've been watching them for years. I just started watching the newest event of them a couple weeks ago though, but I have caught up. Like once I seen the videos, then I went ahead and went back because you guys, I gotta go get like the backstory just so because I'm nosy. So yeah, I didn't went back and watched all the videos over the last couple months. I was thinking, oh my gosh, you're getting an entire house built from like the best construction crew ever. I was crazy. They brought Ray here to Berkeley to see a doctor. I seen the video. Then they have him climbing in a truck. I'm like, what the hell? And Lorraine too. You should have seen him crawling in that vehicle. What the heck? Well, that must have been their own car, huh? One of them must own a big truck. Patty, where are the new ones? There's a channel called the Whitaker Family. It's a channel called the Whitaker Family. And that's where all the new ones are. I think they're deathly afraid of BJ, and that's why they keep letting her come back. And probably so. Well, and not only that, I mean, they're incorrigible. I mean, they can be persuaded, all of them. They can be persuaded to pretty much anything if someone's, knows how to manipulate the situation, then they're going to have an easy way of that, you know? Oh, you're fine, Patty. Hey, Burke. I am early bird today. I think they're on SSI. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. BJ's another one that never, when she popped up, I was like, where did she come from? Because for a long time, you didn't see BJ. When Soft White Underbelly was doing them, you seen Larry like one time. And I think around the same time was when we also seen Kenny pop up. Oh, no. Misty. Girl. I'm not going to leave those comments in here. Sorry. I love you, though. But yes, Burke, I am early. Did they ever get the house with the money they raised for them? Oh, no. They got it all out of them. The last of it was given to her when she called and said, like, her dad passed and they needed money for a funeral. Which, doesn't that seem weird anyway? They have the cemetery in their backyard. I'm not sure. Like, everything's, what are you paying for? I guess, I mean, they're going to go to, I guess, the funeral home. One more day for the toe. We will see if she wiggles away. Oh, no. I got a free membership one night. I fell asleep, so thank you, too. That's awesome. You would see them when it was time to go shopping. Yeah, I've seen a few shopping videos with them. Like, he took them to Walmart once and took them for haircuts once. I don't know why they would go and let her back out there after taking out a restraining order against them. But I guess someone missed a court date. And I didn't really understand that because they keep saying Eric missed the court date, but why would Eric have a court date? It wouldn't be Eric that had a court date, right? It would be Betty that had a court date. So why would it matter if oh yeah, it definitely was. Sunshine and Rain, it was Maddox that gifted you the membership. She came and gifted some memberships in here one night. And it was probably her. So why would it matter if he showed up or not? That's what I don't understand. Betty withdrew it 3 times. Ooh. Yeah, but Eric would have to take her. Yeah, but she got down, like, I guess she went to get dog food somewhere, and that's when they're thinking that she canceled the court show. Like, who had her then? That makes sense then. Because for a minute I was like, why do they keep saying he missed court? Like, how did he have court? That makes more sense. They came to the house and asked her twice. Wow, and she told them no? She told them no twice, like the authorities or adult protective services, and she was like, no. Man, she should have knew what was coming after having all those authorities there. I don't know. It does seem like a huge mess now, though, for them. I agree, Anita. I agree. Yeah. I bet she regrets picking BJ over. Man, I don't think she knew that she was picking them over them. That's another thing. Like, does a lot of times I don't know if she does, is her brain like fully functioning, or it's like when people win the lottery, it seldom works out. That's true. That's true. The percentage of lottery winners that have ended up bankrupt is high. I mean, it's a high percentage. I think Betty is scared of Larry and BJ. And see, I could see Larry and BJ being controlling as far as everyone else. You're right, Beezer. It is. It's sad. I could totally see them. Yeah, I could see them two being controlling and manipulative, BJ and Larry, just because they're sharper. And I feel like they take advantage of them because they're obviously not, um, you know, fully capable of making good decisions. So Betty will agree to whatever is being talked about, but her facial expressions show no comprehension. See, that's what I wonder. I'm like, I mean, I don't know, it's all sad. I always liked their videos. I found it interesting that people live that much differently in the same United States that I live in. You know, the way that they live is, it. I can't even sink that into my head. But they've been up there for generations, and they're fine and alive. Like, look, Ray. They said Ray hasn't been to a doctor, but a couple times maybe. And if that's true, look how old Ray is. He's like 72. Most people that go to the doctor every year don't live to be 72. Think about that. Hey, Blue Aggie. I feel bad for him, though. I do. I feel bad because I feel like they're going to get put into institutions, and then they're just going to be there longing to be back on the porch because that's where their mind is set. And I feel bad for them for that. I do. Tennessee Titans. What that high guy say? I got O negative blood. I buy a bunch, pour it all over the inside of my car, park it in O'Hare, fly away, buy a new ID. I got my lotto getaway figured out. So now, now for the easy part, winning. Damn that high guy! Why can't you leave in the first place? Can't you just skip all those steps and just buy you a ticket where you want to go with your lottery money? I need to know why you can't leave. Why you got to do all that? Why? Why? Have you seen all the soft white? Yes, Blue Aggie. Yeah, that's when I first started watching about the Whitakers. Was on soft white underbelly, and that was just a whole lot of. Too bad he wouldn't have just told them no. I mean, I know it would have been hard because here I got this $150,000 that's earmarked. It's y'all's money to build you a house, and like your electric's getting ready to get cut off. Like, do I let it get cut off? But too bad he couldn't have just took that 150,000 and just bought a big new like double wide with 3 4 bedrooms and just sat that thing down apparently a few yards over because they're not even on their own property and called it a day with the 150K. Hey, Jerry. What happened? Timmy, Ray, and Lorraine were taken by the state yesterday from Betty. They were hauled off in ambulances and taken to the hospital, and now the state has them. Watch the video where Patrick is sitting on the steps. Someone is telling Betty something from the side. It's like telling Betty to look sad. Oh, really? I'll go back and watch. I mean, I've seen that, but I don't know. I didn't remember noticing that. I didn't know there were facilities that still take adults into care. Yeah, I think they do, like assisted living places, but they gotta have benefits and insurance. It's definitely not free. It's really expensive, actually. That's your lotto getaway. I want to fly like an eagle. You guys, have you seen my Fly Like an Eagle shorts? I don't know what is going on in Oklahoma, but we have escaping arrestees. We got inmates trying to escape like every other day down here lately. It's been wild. One of them was running straight through town in a town of like 10. Like, you're not going to get caught. There's nowhere to run. Everyone knows you're not from there because they know the other 9 people. You know? And then another one, I don't know how he broke the window out in a transport van without the driver hearing, and then was hanging out of the back window on Interstate 40, okay, going through downtown, which is like 60 or 65 miles an hour. They're flying down the interstate, and here's this handcuffed in his orange jumpsuit, hanging out of the back window, about to fall out. I mean, if he would have fell out, he would have got hurt so bad. I'm glad he stayed in there. I don't know if he was waiting for someone to pull up close to the back of the transport van so he could, do some kind of MacGyver roll out onto the hood in his mind, or if he thought maybe he was going to jump from there. But you're not about to jump face first, handcuffed, where you can't even block anything, out of the back of a vehicle moving down I-40 at 60 miles an hour. If he thought he must have looked out there at that pavement going by so fast. He was like, maybe this ain't a good idea. But he was hanging out there for a minute. Hey, Koala. Hey, Peggy. Adult Protective Services, they will take them when reported and claims are found. It'd take what? The 3 that they took yesterday? Texas country lady, my fire pit's half there. It's half there. I haven't went back to the store yet to get another bag of cement because they're just heavy. But I'm going to work my way up to it. I want to finish it. I went out there today and I was like, oh, it looks good. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it done and then power wash it so I can get the cement off of the rocks, because the rocks are super pretty, you guys. Let me see. Let's say he did get away. Then what? Look up cup removal on Marketplace. The man that got away from Alcatraz. Now, that was a plan. And you know what? Do you even think he actually got away? Or did he get ate by sharks? Because he never popped up anywhere again. I couldn't see them making that, anyone surviving that trip out of Alcatraz. That water was like 18 degrees. You know how cold that is? Your body will lock up after a few minutes in water that cold. I couldn't see them making it all the way to the shore. But who knows? Eric was describing, yes, Okay, so apparently Patrick asked Eric if he could get him a condo because Eric was staying in a condo Airbnb with Timmy. And he told him, yeah. And Patrick said, can you get it in your name? Which you should have never done that for anybody anyway. Listen, just good advice. Unless you really know a person for years and years and years, don't ever get nothing in your name for them. Okay? You cannot trust people. Just don't even do it. You'll be saving yourself a lot of a legal mess for your own self. But he got it in his name, and then he said that Patrick left it, and he used that chew in his mouth, so he spits all the time. But he said there was spit and chew all in the sinks, all on the counters, dog poop on the floor, like tore the entire condo up, y'all, and it's in the other guy's name. And he has a house there, although it doesn't have floors. I feel bad for the Whitakers. I really do. Me too. Me too. I think that broken heart syndrome may actually hurt some of them. Use a wire brush. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, that is, Missy. It's just disgusting. They'll take adults and elderly when there's a claim and shown to be true. Okay, yeah. D.B. Cooper, yeah. They found some of his money, though, huh? When they found that bag of his money and the serial numbers came back and it was so old it had like been eaten halfway up, all the money. Don't let anyone borrow a car long term. Yeah, another good piece of advice. Yes, no good deed goes unpunished. And listen, legally, you don't want that shit on your record, okay? Because somebody else will let your record get messed up real fast, okay? And not give a damn. Because guess what? It ain't theirs. It's not their record. They don't care. People will ruin your credit quick. It's not theirs. They ain't gonna feel a thing. Hey, Soda, they are not gonna feel a thing. I know. Lorraine and Timmy. Lorraine that's her baby. Listen, she can't get out a lot, but she know that's her baby. And listen, the best, clearest word Timmy can say is mama. When I heard him saying mama the other day, he sounded completely normal, okay? You can't even tell he has a problem speaking. He said mama. That's who that is. Me either, Moonlight. I didn't let my kids get anything in my name. I made them get them in their own name. You're going to get everything in your own name. It's going to come back on you. Now, make sure they make any payments they got on anything, but definitely. Oh, we definitely be praying for you, Jerry. Yeah, so now I don't know what's going to happen now. That's what I wonder. So does everyone just, because a lot of people are like, are you going to go get Timmy? I don't think you can. I don't think they're just going to give him to someone that isn't a family member. Do they do that? I guess like adoption, but do they even treat that? This is not a child. He's over 18. So I don't think they can adopt someone over 18 out to someone, can they? Hey, so done. We were talking about yesterday Timmy, Ray, and Lorraine got taken away from Betty because Betty dropped the restraining order on BJ. Jerry, they went out there because they had a restraining order on BJ, and when they went to get the restraining order, they told them that BJ was beating on them. And so when Betty dropped the restraining order or let it get dropped, then DHS stepped in because now they're like, okay, so if it's dropped, then she's there again, and they're going to be getting beat on. So then they came with 3 separate ambulances. They said the police. And Betty said there was a lot of police. She said the state police came, 3 separate ambulances, a fire truck. Jerry, BJ is Larry's daughter. Larry, the one that had the trailer that burned down across the street. Betty and Lorraine and their brother. He has a daughter, BJ, and BJ has substance issues. And she also was the same person. Yes, the one that lied about him dying. Yes, her. They got her a restraining order from her on her to stay away from the house. And then Betty let it drop. And so when she let it drop off and she didn't keep the restraining order, Adult Protective Services showed up and took them. Well, and listen, that was the last time, Jerry, that was the last time that I knew that anything was on, because I watched Mark too. So that was pretty much the last time he had anything on about them. And so I hadn't seen them either until like a week or 2 ago. I run into new videos of them, but I see it isn't Mark. So I'm like, I go over and watch them, and then I see that they've like been there. It's just, it's new people. Yeah, see that. Well, I didn't know anyone else was covering them again. So I thought that was just the end of the series on them, and they were just all sitting on the porch doing their thing again, Hey, Gigi. Blue Aggie. So the Eric guy, I guess, is someone who came up there. He came from Georgia. Nobody passed away, Gigi. Not passed away. The Whitakers in West Virginia. I said the state came and took Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray away yesterday. Oh, wait. Really? Roses are red, Mark's with Eric today? Listen, I'm not going to lie. When all that happened yesterday, the first thing I thought was Mark is about to come back. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, Mark is about to come back. Watch, he's going to come back and help them. So that would not shock me. That would not shock me at all, Roses are red. I think Mark would come back and help them. I do. Even though they did all that shit to him. I think he realizes that, I don't know. Maybe it's just how they are. I think Mark will come. Exactly. I think he will too. So, yeah, I haven't heard that he was together with him today, but I really hope so. I do hope so, because I think Mark can actually do something about it. Not to say no one else could, but I think if they need to get something done, that Mark could probably do it for them faster and easier. Well, that'll be awesome. I can't wait to see that update. Was there an update somewhere that had them both together? That would be cool. Yeah, Jerry, that's Ray. BJ is of generational poverty too. She knows no other life. You can just look at her and tell. I mean, that respect. Yeah, I don't. Has she always stayed with her dad? Because I really did not see her. I wonder why. Well, I guess Mark had to put her on camera eventually because she was calling him getting money. I must not remember. Who was driving the truck today in Eric's last video? Thought he said it was Mark. Oh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Roses are red. I don't think that would have been Mark driving him. Mark definitely would have said something, right? On the video. Maybe it was a different Mark. Hey, Tiffany. Wait. Coming out the bushes to say that the Mark that Eric is with is a different Mark. Oh, okay. All right. Because, yeah, I wouldn't understand why Mark wouldn't get straight on the camera. He's so used to being on it. You think he'd be like, just turn the camera on me. Let me see what I need to. Of course. Yeah, she needs help, not Mark. Yes. That would be definitely. Do you think if Mark or anyone ever found them, it would be a different story? Well, not only that, do you think if they had the new house built, would the same thing happen? Because now, since it's all fell apart, they come out like, yeah, there's feces all over the floor, all over the bed, on the wall, just everywhere, all this stuff going on. It's not clean. So then they would just do that to the next house, right? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think if Mark or anyone ever found them, it would be a different story? Yes. I think they're just out of pattern and out of that's all they know. That's what they're going to do no matter where they're at. They're going to live exactly like they are because it's all that they know. Do you think they ever stayed in a house that looked like, an Airbnb? Just clean furniture, clean house, refrigerator full of food, heated floors, like they're not used to it. Yeah, I agree. I think some of the family members take advantage. And that's probably never going to change because it's just, that's what it is. I don't think they could live. Me either. Me either. I think they're so hooked. Like they're so into that pattern. And not only that, you can't make them see outside of that pattern. A contract that they could not do other videos or team up with anyone. Other creators tried to help but couldn't. I mean, now that they're separated, I know that they're probably, at least Betty is thinking, because really, I think Ray and Lorraine, they just aren't even going to understand what's going on. I don't think they're going to understand, period. I'm sure they're freaking out or crying, or they're probably not acting normal. What's normal for them? Yeah, exactly. They are. I mean, generations and generations. Same thing. Yeah, see, that's just normal for them. And now, if they're in institutions, I can just see them just in their stress the entire time. Like, I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom. And she, she's in there like, I want Timmy, my son, my son. And then they're not going to get anywhere with it. It's just sad. It is. It's sad. I hope whatever they figure out, listen, if they could put them into like some kind of assisted living maybe and put them all in the same building where they could literally see each other, I think that they could be okay. But I feel like they're all going to need to see each other. Yes, that's another thing. Are other people even going to understand them? Like, that family can tell you exactly what they're saying, and I don't have a clue what they're saying. And they know exactly, just like when you have your kids and they're little, they can run around, make grunt noises and all kinds of stuff that are not words, but you know exactly what they're saying and what they want. Like, are other people even going to understand them? And then, since they can't understand them, are they going to keep going back and paying them attention to actually give them interaction and all that stuff? Because I seen a video where Betty said that the teacher was shutting Timmy in the closet when he went to school, back when he went to school, because Timmy did graduate. He did graduate. And I just recently, actually last night, seen a video of Betty saying that the teacher used to shut Timmy in the closet, and they asked her, why would they shut Timmy in the closet? She said, I don't know. And then they said, well, what did you do? She said, no, I just heard about it. So if he was actually going to school and they were just shutting him in the closet so that he wasn't disruptive or, whatever. I can go 45 minutes from here and not understand a word anyone says. So I know when I was in Fargo. I was in Fargo and they had some accents. It was hard for me sometimes to understand certain words that they said. I was like, what? The one that I loved, though, I freaking loved it. Don't you know? I love it still to this day. And they would talk to you, and it's going to be cold outside today, don't you know? See, and that's another thing, Moonlight. Like, if the state was going to do something, why didn't you do it earlier? It just seems like this is so late in the game. They've just had each other for so long. I don't see anything changing anything except for them being unhappy because they're not with each other on the porch, sitting there. My elders have lingo like winder, winder, the window, over there. In other words, I literally can't spell. People think Iowans talk like that. I know. I've heard people have told me, you got an accent. It's weird. I'm like, oh, thanks. I don't know. What do you say to that? Thanks. It is, isn't it, Tiffany? I mean, if that really happened, and listen, most people, they would hear that and they would go to the school, even if he graduated. Look, like me, let me hear that about my kids, even if it's years after they done left the school. I'm going to go back to the school and see why the hell you put them in the closet, But sometimes they don't, it's just not how they think. Obviously, they've just kind of gotten used to taking whatever comes at them, because they said people used to come by their house and, yell at them and gawk at them and all kinds of stuff. It's gross that people are doing that. My mother-in-law used the term cellarway and dooryard. Basement and front yard. Oh my goodness. Cellarway, for basement and dooryard for front yard. I've never even heard either one of those two. Right? Put me in the closet. See, that wouldn't work. Like, what? Unfortunately, that happens a lot to special needs classes, especially the nonverbal. That is horrible. That is horrid. Abhorrent. Is that the right word? Yeah, I think so. Me either. I guess the New England thing. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. I know some country people say Walmart instead of Walmart. Going down to Walmart. You want to come? What is this? A sister and brother who started it all? I'm not sure. I know I did hear on a live on one of them they did with Mark that it was Betty, Ray, and Lorraine. It's their grandparents where it started. So I guess it was the grandparents and then Betty and them's mom and dad. And then Betty and them are the descendants of all that. I live in Southeast Texas. My accent is thick. My sister lives in Dallas and she makes fun of me. Eric is going to go live. Oh my goodness. We might have to go watch that. Is it already scheduled? Roses are red? Let me see, because I might just put the link in here and then because I'm not going to be able to share any of the videos. Is he going live on the Whitaker family page? Home Depot? Home Depot? I'm fixing to... Oh no, roses are red. I can't because I'm in a house that I don't get Wi-Fi at until tomorrow, and I'm on an iPad that is hooked up to my cell phone for Wi-Fi. I'm moving right now, so I don't have all I need. But I can't share my screen on my iPad on StreamYards. There isn't an option for me to share my screen. Otherwise, I would, because I wanted to show the videos to show the timeline to what I'm talking about. But when I went in earlier, I can't share my screen on my iPad. So I'm screwed for a day. Dang it. Because, yeah, it's definitely unfolding. But I just want to say I freaking feel bad. I don't know if they're better off outside of that house or inside of the house at this point. Because they are very reliant on each other. And I'm not sure that you can reprogram them to not be exactly how they've been their whole entire lives. So I feel bad that they're apart because I know wherever they're at, it's new to them and it's probably scary, if I had to guess. And they loved each other. You can tell they've never really had a lot, but they've just had each other. And I think that gives them a different connection than most of us have, because everyone out here is enjoying multiple different things all day, every day. And so we're not around our families like that. So, well, let me see. Let me see if I can see what their receipts are. If he's going live, I was just going to share a link to over there. We can just talk about it next time I come live. But let me see what it says. I can read them if it's just a post. Let's see. All right. It says, this is where I told Patrick what the Whitakers were owed for the month, because at this point I was having to get money sent to me because of the foul play going on. He only sent $5,000 of it after he sent $5,000 of the Whitaker money. He was then asking me to borrow the Whitakers' money again. So apparently Eric had let him borrow probably the $4,000 from the Whitakers' money to redo his house, and then he was supposed to pay it back. Let me just start from the beginning. This is where I told Patrick about the Whitakers, about what the Whitakers were owed for the month, because at this point I was having to get money sent to me because of the foul play going on. He only sent $5,000 of it after he sent $5,000 of the Whitakers' money. He was then asking me to borrow the Whitakers' money again. He had already done the same thing the month before. So apparently this whole time, Patrick's steady borrowing the Whitakers' money, and Eric's giving it to him and he's paying it back. So the second paragraph says, I don't want to be doing this, you guys. I'm about to do a live and it's going to get squashed. As you see, I had the numbers down in the notepad and I told you I have all the receipts. Patrick knows good and well that $5,000 was their money to set up a trust account, which is why I had a meeting set up with the attorney for the trust account the day Betty no-showed. I was going to get the money out of my hands. I was ready to say, I'm walking away from this. This is getting too ugly. But I'll be on here shortly to squash it. I'm planning on this being my last time, guys. I've already said I invite full investigation on myself and Patrick. You'll find out who's telling the truth. At the end of the day, he's making up crap right now. Now I'm going to read this. Patrick says, I need you to send me $7,479.93. No, this is Eric. I need you to send me $7,479.93. That will be what I need for reimbursement. And I also will have the Whitakers' part of their money to hold on to, which will leave you with a total of $5,954. That's your pay for the month. So he made $6,000. That's your pay for the month. But that was after $7,479 needed to go to him. So that's like $13,000 altogether, you guys. Anyway, $6,000, that's your pay for the month. That's not a bad payday, bro. That's what you get to keep. Once I get the money from you, I'm going to get the trust website and everything set up. I told you I'm going to pay Sean some money, but I'm going to take that out of my cut. So nobody even has to worry about that coming out of their trunk. That's going to be all on me. I just feel glad to do it. It's going to be $500. And then Patrick, can I borrow some money on the Whitaker account until our next payday so I can buy these windows? And Eric responds, bro, they need that money. We got to get that trust account and all that set up. They need that other $2,500 over. They only got $1,000 out of their $3,000 from last month. I know you're saying you bought some stuff out of it, but this is the main thing that stresses me out with us. Patrick, is the money. I had to pay for the website. We're going to have to pay for the security guard. Unfortunately, they don't have any money right now. You got paid $6,000 this month and $3,000 last month. Where is that $9,000 going to? I've just got to ask you. That's a lot of money, dude. My money is going on these trips. I'm about to finance this trip out of all that, and we have to pay that security guard. Get the protective orders. the trust account, their banking accounts. We don't need to be touching their money. At some point in time, somebody sends someone to say, hey, where's their money, and show us you're protecting it and you don't have it and you're spending it, you're going to be screwed. If we need to take it to pay the security guard or something, that reflects towards them. That's different. But you should have $6,000 left over after sending the 2480 over. So yeah, this is money, and a lot of money. Wow. Now, it also says 18 minutes ago. Here in a minute, guys, my buddy Dwayne is going to join me, and I'll do what I think is going to be my final update regarding my involvement with the Whitakers. I'll never give up on Timmy, Ray, or Lorraine, but I'm not going to continue doing content involving all of this. This thing has went off the rails. There's a few things that need to be cleared up, and guess I'll say my piece here in a bit, what I can tell you. Wow. So, Pat, listen, they have big pages. I'm about to put their names in here, okay? These are on Facebook, though. And let me see. All right. That's their Facebook. That's their Facebooks. They have public Facebooks with followers. So I guess that's where you can catch up with everything that's been going on. And then when I get back live, but when I get home in a few days, we'll put it all together in a timeline. But I'm definitely about to see what happens with this. But it sounds like Eric's just going to go home now, because everybody expected him to go down there and get Timmy, but I don't think they're going to give anyone to anybody. And Patrick is a neighbor. I guess he went to school with Timmy in elementary school for a year. Then he moved out of state. Then he moved back. And then he's been going up there and helping them ever since. And from what I heard is he invited Eric down there to come help too. But I don't know how true that is, because I haven't seen either one of them say anything about that. Not yet. See you later, Peggy. Have a good day. No, I don't think Patrick is related at all. I think he's just been someone that they knew from years ago. Hey, jet lag. And yeah. So they've both been filming them. That's what they've been doing. It's like they started doing, and then they also have, they have a YouTube channel called the Whitaker Family. But I don't think that belongs to both of them. I think they're both on there, but I think it's actually Eric's page. But I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure about the page. Jet lag, yeah. I'm moved. I'm still going back to Oklahoma for a few days, but yeah, I'm moved. I just came up here this week to take a break. I put myself in timeout. I'm dealing with shit. And I didn't feel like being in Oklahoma City, so I came up here to be by myself for a few days and unpack and get stuff ready and meet the Wi-Fi and get the yard. All that good stuff. Roses are red, just a new job. No biggie. We're going to move back eventually. Because soon it'll be time to retire. So, hey, Sammy. I need a giggle watch Pineapple or Rest. I would if I could share my dang screen. I can't. I hope you like rain. Yeah, it's fine. As long as it doesn't make the grass grow like crazy because it rains so much. You know, I hate mowing grass. I don't mind rain. Don't like mowing grass. Not my thing. Hey, Snake. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, but apparently they're getting ready to do a live. So at least you'll be able to follow their lives as they go, you know? And then the Whitaker family on YouTube. That's how I've been following it anyway. There's your new Christmas gift, automatic lawnmower. Automatic lawnmower. I don't know. I don't know, Beezer. I don't know where it's going to be. That's why I told everybody, like, every place it could be. Oh, there we go, Beezer. Roses are red got an answer. I don't know. I usually don't watch them on what's your Facebook. I just watch them on YouTube. But I seen people talking about them being live other places. I was like, where are they live at? I've been watching Mark since day one of it. Yeah, me too, Sammy. It's so weird to know that they just rolled up there. Because look how many documentaries have been done about them. Look how many times their life has been on video. Not only by Mark, but there's been people since then. Like there's been so many videos done on their life, and this has never happened. So I was shocked to hear that the state came in with ambulances and state police and a fire truck and took Ray and Timmy and Lorraine. That to me is shocking. Because all this time they've been viral. They've been viral. So all those local people, they've known about all the documentaries and stuff being done on them. And I remember in one documentary, Mark actually talked about how the neighbors and stuff up there, they kind of took up for them, like, y'all just leave them alone. So it was kind of like they were just existing there, and that's just how it was. But now the state has stepped in, and it makes you like, why haven't they been there decades ago? Sunshine and rain, I have no idea, but I can only imagine. The only new thing I've seen about her is that she did another video after all the other videos got released about how he brought the deep freezer back with meat. It sat in the Georgia Sun, bacon unplugged in the deep freezer, and she was gagging all over the plates with some other man standing next to her, validating that rotten meat that was in a deep freezer smells bad. Duh. Like, I don't think you needed anyone there. She was like, does it smell bad? He's like, yes. Does it smell bad? Yes. Do you smell that? Yes. Do you smell that? Yes. She's like, ugh, 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 the whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. With the theatrics, ma'am. I mean, it was all theatrics. And then she had another man. Believe it or not, she has another man there, like a parakeet, who is just willing to agree with any effing thing she's saying. Just blows my mind. Where does she find these parakeets? Like, she just goes and gets any man and just, I don't know, how does she convince them? Listen, my name's Tink, and I mean, we might do the nasty, But anything I say when I'm online, you better just agree with it. If I got my camera up, you better just agree with it. Also, I need a butcher box because mine was in the deep freezer. You know, that kind of thing. uh, no, Blue Aggie, I seen it because she sent the videos to everybody. From what I understand, she not only sent them to JJJ, she sent them to Flava, she sent them to Amber, sent them to Bomb. Like, she sent them all over the internet. And then we'll go live and tell you that she did not want them put out. Yep. What? But in the ones that she unloaded to Bomb, there's a whole new video about the deep freezer, and it had rotten meat in it, and so she stands out there for a solid 2 minutes and gags in front of it while she asks a new guy standing next to it. Agreeing with her again. You cannot make this up. You can't. Do you smell that? Ugh. No, stop that. First of all, when I hear people gagging like that, it makes me want to throw up. Okay, so you can't just be willy-nilly and gagging around here. Okay, not cool. Not cool at all. Don't do that. Even if I just hear it, like, I can't. But she did, and the whole time I was like, stop it, stop. But she didn't. She's like, you smell that? Blah. You smell that? Blah. Like, everyone has smelled rotten, spoiled meat. My question is, why not run an extension cord to it, or actually go get the meat out of the freezer and put it into your freezer? Better off. You would have been able to cook it afterwards and actually eat it. But instead, you let it go to waste like you can afford that. I'm not sure anyone can afford to let meat go to waste these days, okay, except for you. I think you're the only person that can afford that, ma'am. Yeah, I can't. I can't go buy meat and let it go to waste. That just seems really wasteful at these prices. Oh, the live is starting? Okay, well, I'm about to go watch it, you guys. I'll probably come back live later because I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just by myself. So I'll probably come back live later and we can talk about the receipts because I guess he's going to show receipts or something. So I'm going to get off of here. I'll be back live later, though, if it's any good. Thanks for coming by, though, y'all. I will talk to you later. And we'll see what happens in the end. There's a link to the live, so everybody knows what we're talking about when we come back. Peace out.